What's going on, people? It is day, I think, 40 or 41, or 0 to 10K challenge. Phenomenal day, around 8:30 right now. It was a great day, still a great day, even though I threw out my back for some reason, random strain, but we're gonna keep moving forward. The only thing that, I was able to go to a random car lot, give a bid. That was nice. Also finished up my automation, so now we have a nice streamlined approach where when I submit an invoice, it'll automatically create an email, send it to the corresponding person, CC me, and also book it on my calendar. So that's pretty cool, especially since it saves me time and I don't have to book it. I'm then just gonna think about how I have to expand on it, make it better, especially since it's really focused on me and how we need it to work. I'd really like it to be able to send another email, like a follow-up email, or maybe an email just before the due date, which would be ideal. But that's gonna be. I just have to see how that's gonna work, because, it's building this. Unless you're doing API requests and stuff, you're still. It's still pretty, testing intensive. So you're building it, and it's not gonna go your way, and you have to scrap it, find another approach, scrap that approach, go with another approach. In order for me to, after it sends the email, I then have another module that it scrapes that data from the email, and then it sends it to my Google Calendar. And then I have that Google Calendar share and mirror my Zoho Calendar. So now I have it double. This is good, but I now need one more update. Another email to go through that will be sent on the due date, and then another email asking for a survey, right? So it's really that's kind of the last part of the client process. That's kicking my butt, but once I get it down packed, it's gonna be done, and I just get to refine it. Sorry about that, guys. Once that's done, I'm gonna focus on the communication portion, on how we're gonna communicate with the guys installing the work. Of course, there are guys, but just having a channel that all the work goes to, and then creating some more automations that will, categorize them and then assign them to people. Again, this is basically just doing it as close to free as possible. As you start getting up in certain thresholds of API requests, it'll get up there, but I'm trying to churn and burn it, so it's really just how cheap can I make it, because it's forcing me to continue to be resourceful, and then I could make it better by just using paid versions, right? So yeah, that was pretty good. Currently, I think we have 10 jobs booked. It's pretty looking good. I'll show you my our invoice, our software, so that you don't think I'm BSing you guys, because you're probably thinking I'm just a random guy on the internet just talking out of my butt. But yeah. So day 41. Not much on the other front, but as I slowly finish up all the systems that I need, and this all started because I, think about opening up another location. Well, we can't even manage this location. So what makes us think we're going to be able to manage another location? So that's where it comes into play, where it's we're going to need a system to manage jobs, take upcoming leads, have them automatically scheduled, have a transparent dashboard to see how our money's coming in. Is it commercial? Is it just for regular people? And then seeing how our calendar books out. So now we're not like, didn't we have to do something today? Boom. Now we're not having to worry about that as much. Yeah, there's still going to be people where they're going to be cash-based. You may not get an email, but you're going to have to manually schedule those people. But that's going to be, you're reducing that from, you had to physically send an invoice to everybody, then send another email, or you are the point of failure. You know, you're the person. So it's like, you went from, you know, you having to sign the contract, you having to, you know, be able to, you know, take the check and then upload that contract with the details. You know, they may have lost it, so there's not like, there's no real there's like consent, but like there's still possible deniability. You know, and then like after you get there, after you schedule it, like it's still pretty hazy. Like there's still like, they don't hear from you at that point until you're scheduling with them, which sometimes makes people feel really uncomfortable. So this is important for a few reasons, and we're going to see how it breaks, right? But you know, creating that customer experience through automation, and just making it super consistent and whatever's novel, which means if I'm going there sharing certain things, I'm putting that in the customer notes, that's being relayed back to them. And you know, there is a transparency on both ends, but it doesn't fail with me, it fails on the system. So it's like, you don't fail to your people, you fail to the level of your systems. So the invoice, once they're invoiced, they're then going to get our terms of conditions immediately. And then they're going to have a portal to view those terms and conditions. So now there's tacit consent or unilateral consent, which is basically once they see it, they consent by accepting services. That's one part. Then we're putting in our exclusions and our inclusions in there, and they're getting the process. Now they can have that and have full transparency on how the process works. And they're going to have a portal to view that at any time. They're going to be able to see their balance, what's owed, what's viewed. And then we're going to have a portal to see how the 300 contracts that we had in our drawer that are probably lost now, we're now going to digitize that, have everything in this application. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow me to print a report and see our numbers, see the type of business we're getting, how much of it is in the residential, how much of it is commercial, and just go from there. You know, and that's just one part. Like the other part is just a consistent client onboarding experience. And then the next problem we're going to solve is a consistent communication with the installers. Work to installers, and then now that's how that's going to work. So it's going to be rather interesting, to be honest. But you know, it's things work idealistically, but not in reality. You have to just make it work and put things together, and that's just how it is. So I'll show you kind of how the system works tomorrow. But yeah, enjoy day 41. Let's get it, baby.